Munchick, welcome. Great to see you again. The last time we met, it was at the protest. Emotions were running quite high. But there was some sense of optimism coming through from yourself and other representatives of a way forward between Uber partners and Uber management. Has there been any progress?
Unfortunately, Uber management refused to meet with us and recognize us. We did land up having a meeting with them, which was mediated by the Parkview police. But I think it was a case of, the Parkview police made them come to sit down with us, so that we don't cause any further disruption.
That sounds a bit hectic, that you had to have the police present to have that meeting.
Yeah, the crazy thing about it is that we're actually wanting to work with Uber to, identify problems, work on solutions. So it's not a matter of that we trying to oppose Uber or cause trouble, and it's just absolutely crazy that it had to take police to get them down to sit down and talk to us.
What is the policy between Uber management and the driver partners when it comes to highlighting issues, concerns?
Okay, they don't recognize any groups at all, or unions or guilds. We are not a union or a guild, we're just a grassroots movement. But around the world they only recognize individuals. We feel that individuals don't have a voice. So that's part of what we're wanting to do, is give drivers a voice and help them address issues.
These are quite serious issues that you are raising. What other attempts have you made for your voice to be heard by Uber management?
We made a couple of calls. We had a number of one of the top management people, and they refused to talk to us. We sent someone with a memorandum. They refused to accept the memorandum. Eventually we went escorted by the Parkview police, and their legal representative accepted the memorandum because we were there with the police, but he didn't sign for it, and at no stage have they recognized that in fact it is a memorandum, and we did give it to them.
Please reiterate your security concerns.
The security is actually at a crisis point. It's in just 10 days, there's been 3 drivers that we know hijacked on cash trips. We know only approximately 400 drivers, and Uber says there's 4,000 drivers. So if, the percentage must be pretty horrifying. That's one of the biggest concerns. With that, we feel that the cash trips, we understand why they introduced the cash trips. However, they've got no safety check in place. So, other things like Airbnb, they'll take your passport and, they'll cross-reference it, ID. However, these cash trips, basically, we're sitting ducks because guys can just call an Uber, they sign up, a SIM card and an email address is all you need, and then you can even choose what car you want. You can order an Uber, and if you don't like that car, you order another Uber, and there's no way to trace these guys, and it's really just been horrendous, and we believe it is a crisis.
Have you tried reaching out to Uber head office in the United States?
We have no means. Uber South Africa does refer cases to their international office, and sometimes the international office will reach out to a driver if something has happened, but not all the time, and we don't have any access.
So essentially as an Uber driver partner, you feel vulnerable every day out on the job?
Absolutely, and the cash hijackings are the most horrendous. But, people are getting their cars are being smashed by metered taxis, they're getting beaten. The other night a driver was beaten in Braamfontein. 5 metered taxis guys were attacking him, and, he had to have stitches and really in a bad way. Another driver in Pretoria a couple of weeks ago, his car was set alight. So, you know, it's...
What is the way forward, Teresa? Given that Uber management, judging from what you've just said, they've turned a deaf ear to your concerns, to your fears around security. What is the way forward as the movement when it comes to enforcing what rights you may have?
That's a very difficult question because around the world Uber says that we're independent contractors. So unfortunately we don't have much kind of legal right, which is partly why we were reaching out to Uber and saying, you know, please let us work with you because, you know, we do have kind of suggestions. Right now we have like WhatsApp groups, so if someone's in trouble, they can post something on the WhatsApp group and we get as many cars that are in the area to go and assist them, which actually happened the other night with the Braamfontein incident. A number of Ubers managed to go and help the guy, and Uber security apparently arrived only after he'd been to the police station and to be stitched up at hospital, is from what I hear.
Do you feel that you're now at a dead end?
We are looking at...
Or are you going to keep up the fight?
We're going to keep up the fight. Wars weren't won in a day. And we are kind of looking at various things that we can do. But what is quite exciting is we've decided that in the meantime we can do some proactive stuff. So no Uber driver really has life cover or funeral policies or any medical cover. And we're busy looking into that, which I think, you know, would make a huge, huge difference.
Can you just say no to the cash strips?
Unfortunately, this is one of the worst issues, is that you don't know if it's a cash strip or not. And someone from Uber management actually said on the radio one night, there was people calling in, and he said, we have a choice to do cash strips. We don't at all. If you, on an Android, you can go press arrived, which you shouldn't really do, but that way you can see if it's a cash strip. And then on an iPhone, you can't see until you start the trip. So, and then to make things even worse, what's been happening is drivers have been cancelling cash trips because it's their safety on the line, and Uber's been deactivating them for cancelling too many trips. So that was something that we managed to get in at the meeting, and I think that they weren't aware of, and I think that they are re-looking. So, you know, I think we are making some progress, but it would be much better situation if they had to just sit down with us and try and work together on this.